Well, we had a little bit of EX3 damage, known design flaw with these cameras. I loaned this out about a year ago, freebie for a nonprofit. I didn't have, they took both cameras and I didn't have a second camera case or bag available. For years, I've kept these two EX3s in a ATA case and they're super safe. I've shipped them around the country that way via FedEx Ground. But for like local use in a small car, the case is massive. So I put this camera in, I have this like oversized soft Husky tool bag, but it's not super obvious. There's a camera in there. And I think what happened is in the vehicle that the production had, I think the tool bag got at the bottom of a pile of some other equipment, not understanding there was a fragile camera in there, and it broke the top handle. It damaged this PCB. Beck's removing right now slightly, and then the bundle of cables, which are viewfinder cables, I think it's HDMI signal and some other stuff. One of those got severed, chafed and severed. So I've ordered some 32 gauge wire. We're going to attempt to replace it. And then the frame is just broken on the camera. It's not really worth it to fix it, but we're going to try to 3D print some structure so that it can at least be a tripod cam for live streams. But its handheld days are long over. All right, moving on to this upcoming job. I booked it a few months ago. It was a bid, and then it's been rescheduled a few times. It's procedural stuff, think like construction sites. And when I bid it out, it was a 100% FX9 job. Now I got all the details on it, and I'm going to be changing lenses constantly on that shooting FX9. So instead, what we're going to do is do all of the B-roll with my new Z200, because in UHD, I have effectively a 30-to-1 zoom range, so I can get all my wides and ECUs without trouble in real time. Here's a better look at what the feather looks like on the zoom and minimum speed. So you can see that is a minimum push in right now. And that is one thing. I got to get some motor memory built up on the zoom rocker. You have to push it to about the halfway point before the zoom engages. So you get impatient and start aggressively pushing more and more and more, faster and faster, because it isn't zooming yet. But instead, just like on a broadcast camera, I got to learn more where it first starts. But like I said, it's like halfway through the range before it begins, where broadcast zoom, it's much closer to, top position. You'll only got to engage it slightly. Or the micro force, the instant you touch it, it starts pushing in. But super happy, and now I'm going to back out with, there's no gear slop, lashing slop when you go from forward to reverse. And it goes super slow and obviously faster the more you press. So finally, a Handycam camcorder, sort of prosumer level with an integrated lens that has a broadcast-like zoom lens that feathers from dead stop to smooth. So we're going to run 2 locket boxes. Beck's doing sound with the audio mixer. We'll get into that momentarily. And I'm going to run 2 lockets. And then instead of the FX9, I decided to go Burano, specifically so we can use the tablet for the producer to monitor shots as we're moving around in an active industrial environment. I don't really want a bigger monitor out there. I have a little 7-inch in a cage that I could put a gold mount battery on and like a Teradek receiver, but that's too much bulk too. They just need to see the shot, understand the framing. And so a tablet is perfect for that. My FX9 does not support monitor and control. Therefore, I have a Burano. I don't have an FX6. So that's what we're going to use is Burano. I'm not using my FX30 for the FX9 stuff because I want the variable ND. And the reason I'm not doing the entire job on the Z200 is we are doing some interviews and I want to have shallower depth of field. Therefore, the Burano is in play. All right, Beck, I'm going to quiz you for the vlog.
Yeah.
What project rate?
2997 dropped frame.
Dropped frame, good. You set the system clock, date, time zone?
Yep.
You got plenty of capacity on the 2 memory cards?
Yep.
The electro receiver is patched into which inputs?
1 and 2.
Did you label those inputs in the mixer?
Yep.
What are they called?
Lav 1, Lav 2.
And where's the boom going?
3.
Is it labeled?
Boom 1.
Boom 1?
Yeah.
On 3? Okay. That works. You could just call it boom. Well, no, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's more specific. I like it. Which channels are armed?
1 through 3.
And the rest are disarmed. You pan the lavs?
Left, right, center.
Left, right, center? Okay, for the camera. So So if it's a single person interview, let's do the lav on left and the boom on right.
Okay.
Provided we're running the boom. If we end up not using the boom, then pan the lav to both channels.
Yep.
Because that just affects what records on camera. And then obviously if we have two lav mics, left and right, and the boom, just don't have it mixed. You know, ISO record it, but don't send it out to the camera.
Okay.
And then if we're getting B-roll in that sound, it's probably just the boom. Pan to center, or keep it to the right. I guess I don't really care. And then you've got your audio bag. You got Sanken lavs in here, yes. Stick mic we won't use. On camera light. You got the boom pole shotgun. You got the short XLR for the...
Yeah, it's in the audio mixer bag.
Do you have the breakaway, the camera side of that snake? And let's put that on the Burano right now so it's ready for quick connect.
Okay.
And what am I forgetting here? Locket boxes we got on Burano and Z200. Batteries are good on the locket boxes.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I imagine we'll go most practical reality tomorrow is it'll probably be one lav and maybe the boom. Make sure you have a grip head and a knuckle. I see the fish pole holder. I see okay, so you just need a stand to do boom on a stand. I don't know what we're gonna do for lighting. We'll figure it out tomorrow.
This one goes to the camera, I'm pretty sure.
Is there a breakaway on there? I think you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, just disconnect the quick connect, and we'll put that on the Burano. And your AA's are charging.
Yep.
Good. Don't forget them tomorrow. And your in-ears are broken, so you just got outers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer the in-ears, especially when it's noisy. They isolate better.
Oh, this is...
Yeah, so I like to, on this particular camera, I like to tie this off to the upright top handle. That way it doesn't interfere with carrying. The post-production team on this project requested UHD 2997 and S Cinetone. I was relieved to see it's S Cinetone. So I've got both cameras set up. Cards are labeled A and B. A1, B1 should be all I need per day. It doesn't appear you can label the card number on the Z200. I have not located it in the menu. But beyond that, the menus are exactly the same as my other Sony cams from EX3 up through the Burano. So happy to see that. Of course, the mirrorless bodies are their own wacky menu system. All right, I won't be able to do any BTS on site for this project, but we'll do a recap in a coming vlog. I'll share my thoughts post-project of how this all turned out. And this project is ongoing over the next few months. I just kind of wait for certain benchmarks to happen, and I go back out and document specific big build days in real time, one take. They're not going to wait for the crew. I have to get the shots. Hence the Z200. Thinking back, it's essentially been 15 years, the past 15 of my career, where I've been in Super 35 and full frame sensor land. And I got my start shooting Super 16 and 2/3 inch broadcast zooms. And on the broadcast side, like I always had a 15:1 zoom lens, and often with a doubler. So I'd get 30:1 or a 20 by zoom, effectively getting 40:1. So finally, I got a camera that allows me to get a similar zoom range for specific applications. I can just add it to the rotation. All right, more to come next week. Thanks for watching.